Once you know the basic ins and outs of life insurance sales, it is almost impossible for a talented salesperson to fail at final expense sales. Look, the senior market is the easiest to sell to for several reasons, especially the folks that are living in rural America. In this video, 3 tips for final expense sales success, I'm going to share with you exactly that and more. Coming right up, so stick around. I'm Doug Massey, and right off the bat, I'm going to ask that you subscribe to our channel as we are putting out new videos every single week. And if you'll kindly smush down on that thumbs up button, that's going to let me know that you're actually watching. Now, before we get started, if you'll kindly stick around all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of the 8 reasons concerned seniors purchase final expense insurance plans. I have all my clients read this while I'm figuring out and basically writing down all the pricing options that I'm going to show to them. And what it actually does is it keeps them from getting up and wandering around. Meanwhile, it tends to help me close the sale by simply suggesting to the prospect subliminally that this is something very important for their family and that they really need to have this insurance. We love to hear from every single one of you, so don't be shy. Well, not every single one of you, but we love to hear from you. So don't be shy. Leave your comments below. The first tip that I'm going to give, especially if you're brand new to final expense sales, is to forget about your preconceived notions about final expense sales and be open to change. Let me explain. When you expect something to be a certain way, or you think, well, this is how it's going to work without actually going out and doing it, and then you actually do go out and do it, and you realize that you are totally wrong and that it's something completely different. In other words, it was a lot harder than what you thought it would be. Well, most people forget about the main goal of success and end up just concentrating on the stuff they don't like. And then they end up sitting in that, and then they're basically shut down and done. It all goes back to how we bring whatever it is that we're focusing on to the light. If you've ever read the book, The Secret, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now, let me just say this. If you haven't read The Secret, you definitely want to pick up a copy and follow everything that the book tells you to do. The stuff in this book works and can only make you better than you are now, which will in turn help you to become your best self. Now that's the agent that I want to hang out with. Oh yeah. If we put a lot of time thinking about how terrible it's going to be to have to drive 2 hours away to sell insurance, it will be terrible and you will fail miserably. But if you can turn your thinking around and think to yourself, well, yeah, this is going to be a great drive to relax and get my head straight before I go out and crush it today, and then a nice drive home to unwind will be nice too, then you're probably going to do very well at final expense sales or in any business at that matter. When you focus on the positive, I'm going to have a great day and make at least 3 sales, you might just have a great day and you might just make a bunch of sales. Number 2, never, ever, ever give up on a sale until they kick you out of the house. I have never spent so much time with a prospect that I ended up blowing the sale. But when I look back to my early days, my early years, I could have absolutely closed a lot more sales if I'd have just spent more time with those folks and maybe not given up so easily. Sometimes these people just need time to feel comfortable and to get to know that you're not some scam artist just trying to rip them off of their only little bit of Social Security benefits income. Some of these folks actually just need you to give them an extra push. Nowadays, the typical people that I sell to will usually give me an objection to overcome. Some of these folks will give me a couple of excuses why they can't do anything right now. You got to understand, in this day and age, it's normal for them to hesitate. Spend more time with your seniors that hesitate, especially the ones that hesitate. Remind them of how their family will end up with a potentially huge financial burden if they don't take care of this right now. Don't you dare take no for an answer. When you leave the house, either make sure you get the check or get kicked out of the house. Tip number 3. Make sure you have fresh leads every single week. Look, most agents fail at this business because they don't get enough momentum going to even get through their learning curve. If you're new and you buy leads one week and you have a preconceived notion that if you do good, you'll buy more leads, but if you don't do good, you won't buy more leads, you're definitely not going to do very well. And unfortunately, I see this a lot. Dude, I'm telling you, make the commitment to have fresh leads every single week for at least your first 3 months in the business. Don't be afraid to invest into your own business. Get on a good fixed cost, final expense direct mail leads program so that you have a guaranteed amount of leads every single week. You're going to have good weeks. You're going to have some bad weeks, especially when you're new. So the thing is, the trick is, the key is to stay on course and keep working leads every single week, no matter how good or bad you start doing. Remember, direct mail leads are the key to your success because you can do a lot more with them filter-wise, so you're targeting all the little sweet spots of people that are easier to sell to, and because there's just so much more data available with this type of lead when you compare it to final expense telemarket leads or final expense Facebook leads. Agents on our final expense sales team do have access to our final expense direct mail fixed cost leads program, and the leads cost right around $33 per card. We never resell the leads like those big multi-level marketing insurance agencies do, and even better, we teach our agents how to find those best zip codes, those key areas with the highest percentage of people that buy in them. I don't want my agents wasting a lot of time trying to chase people that are least likely to buy. Between the final expense Facebook leads and the telemarket leads, we make sure that all the agents on our sales team have plenty of leads to work, even while they're waiting for their weekly direct mail final expense leads to start coming in. With first year commission levels starting at 100 to 120%, if you can't succeed with us, you probably won't be successful anywhere. One last thing. When you put everything you've got into something, you will most likely be successful at that something. Committing to your business and putting in your heart and your soul 110% to me is the only way to guarantee success. Everyone that I've ever met and have ever known that has failed at final expense sales did so because they either gave up or they didn't have direct mail leads every single week. I personally have never known one person to fail at this business who actually took all my advice and followed our program and stuck it out through the learning curve. For a copy of the 8 reasons concerned seniors purchase final expense plans, or if you'd like more information on joining our final expense top producer sales team, just shoot me an email at doug@ufesonline.com. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. So get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.